Hi everybody, back again for our second episode of the review show. It's me, Toz, again, and from the other side of the pond we have Fly. How do you do, Fly?
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you everybody for the real positive response I've received this week for the show. We're glad you guys like it, and without all your guys' support obviously we wouldn't carry on, but it's great and thank you very much for that. This week we're going to have some game reviews, a little bit of news. I'm going to actually review Tiger Woods 08, and Fly is going to review Guitar Hero 3, Lucky Man, and Ace Combat 6. So without further ado, we will get on. I will just like to make one small announcement. We have decided on the name of the show winner, and I will announce that at the end of the show. So one lucky person will get the great honour of naming our new show. So if we're ready then, Fly, we'll get off. And as I say, I'll kick off with Tiger Woods 08. And as I announced last week on the show, big thank you to EA for obviously sending me this copy. As known to most of our listeners, I haven't been very favourable to good old Tiger.
No, you didn't like it at all.
No, it was well bandied about, but I've got a few good things to say, surprisingly enough. First thing I want to say about is the famous bug. We are talking obviously about the 360 version here, and the big issue was the bug that was supposed to be involved in the Tiger Challenge section. Apparently upon release it was crashing for virtually all players, rendering the Tiger Challenge unfinishable, which was very bad, because that is a really big part of the game where you actually level your golfer to its maximum stats. And anybody who has obviously played any Tiger Woods games, the stats are very important, because it's basically how far your golfer will hit the ball and how much more powerful and skillful he gets. Also adding to the fire was the pretty appalling, I think we can all agree on, EA releasing a 200-point downloadable content to actually maximise your golfer, which is, if you say, Fly, I mean, I don't know about you, Fly, but I think it's probably one of the most appalling releases on the downloadable content I've ever seen.
Yeah, I didn't care for it. I didn't care for that at all. I could see doing it maybe, a couple months after the release, something like that, but to do it the day after, I mean, guys who want to try and really go online and play against people, what do? Your guy's not built up, and the other guy's maxed out.
I mean, I would have no problem with them doing that if they would have made it free. But not only are they admitting virtually instantly they've got a problem with the game, but they're then turning around and smacking you in the face and saying, well, if you want, you can pay for it to get it where you want it.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you think they released that as kind of an interim fix for the bug.
I think that was the news travelling about the internet. That they brought out this quick fix, maximise your golfer because you can't finish Tiger Challenge. But having said that, I can move on to my first bit of a point regarding Tiger 08. It does look like, thank you, that EA have fixed this problem. Yeah, one of our listeners to the show, and been a guest before, Spam, who is a regular player of the Tiger Woods franchises with me quite a bit, and yes, I'll admit it here, he kicks my ass quite a lot. He actually contacted me when he knew we was doing this to say that he had actually finished Tiger Challenge where the bug was supposed to be. So that was one bit of news, and that was actually the day before I got the game delivered to me, so I was very interested. So as I say, the first thing I've been doing for the past 2 weeks is solidly playing Tiger Challenge, and I can say probably 3/4 of the way through it, because it is very big, I've yet to hit any problems whatsoever.
It's good.
It is good. It does look like there's a fix. If you buy the game and switch on, there's one of the usual download the update kind of scenario. So yeah, it looks luckily they might have fixed the problem. I will move on to the next contentious issue that me again and Spam that have really struggled with, was the online mode. Apparently that EA servers are not being very reliable. As an example, me and Spam played 2 nights ago and we actually gave up after about 3/4 of an hour of trying. We was playing one hole online, and we was crashing back to the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, and upon checking the website of EA, apparently on the forums, again, it does look like they've got a slight problem with playing online like that. And one thing we did also notice, and we both commented on, which is quite surprising, will probably prove some way of what problems they have actually got with it, and that was the amount of people in the rooms, in the lobby where we were. Now, as you all must know out there, when you play lobbied games on Xbox Live, we're talking thousands of players. Well, we saw 252.
Total, huh?
Yep, 252. I think it maxed out at about 282, and it was spam that picked up on it, and we both said instantly there has got to be something wrong, because Tiger Woods 08, one of the biggest games at the minute, been to number one in most charts, to only have 252 players on the lobby system, it doesn't sound too good.
It's interesting you say that, because we actually tried to play the other night as well, myself and a couple of forum members, and we had played previously and got it to work fine for probably 2 or 3 weeks in a row, and then last week we weren't able to all three get connected. Yep. We could get on, but one couldn't hear the other or something, and then when we'd start the game, one person would get booted. I thought it was just a problem with our connection or a NAT setting issue, something like that, but now that you say you guys had problems.
But like I'm saying, I actually do believe now that putting all these problems together and reading what I did on the EA forums, it does look like they've got a serious problem with online, which, to be quite honest, for a company such as EA, it's not very good.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing.
It is. It's very disappointing for such a big game, a big company, to be struggling this much with the online mode is a bit, it's not very good. And having said that, it's such a shame, because disregarding the problems online, the game itself, I've got to admit, is a very, very good improvement from 2007.
You like it, huh?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I've played 2007 a lot, and I think I've maxed my golfer, and I've played it a hell of a lot. Got nothing but good words to say about it. And I'm always one of these kind of people, I don't know about you, Fly, where when companies like EA are wanting to bring these sports franchises out every 8-12 months, it gets a little bit monotonous, and it gets a little bit greedy, I think.
Right.
And I don't know if you're like me also, I'm one of these that have really got to feel that, is it worth that extra £30-40
that they've made a big
to new version,
big improvement, instead of just buying one like every other year or something.
I mean, I don't know what you think. I mean, I'm a believer at these sports franchise games. I think one every 2 year is quite adequate.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but having said that, again, Tiger Woods 08 would be one that I'd say would be a great purchase, even if you've got 2007.
Yeah.
Especially if you're one of these people that aren't that bothered about online. It is a shame online, because I do believe that the online modes that EA are trying to achieve are pretty good. The online mode of the challenge mode, I think, is a great addition. You can basically save any of your shots, any of your rounds, basically similar to the Halo data saving movie. You save your shot, but what you can then do on Tiger Woods 08 is put that shot online, tweak it a little bit to where you want people to try and match your shot. Say you get a hole in one, you put that shot online, and the EA program, the Tiger Woods program, actually works out a point system for people to challenge your shot and then get points if they succeed. And it does add. I don't know about you, Fly, I don't know if you've tried it, but I think it's a great little addition.
Yeah, I really like that. I would say my favorite part of all of Tiger Woods 08, and actually any of the Tiger Woods, was the online stuff. I mean, I like building up my character, and I like playing some of the tournaments and stuff, but I actually get bored fairly quick playing against the computer, so I want to play online against friends and stuff.
Yeah, it can be a bit boring, but we all have to, I think, bear that big slog at the beginning to get your golfer where you want to be.
Well, that's it, and that's really the only reason I'm doing it, is to build my golfer up.
I will actually add to this, as well as we're talking about the online, a bit of a story that I got hold of today about Tiger Woods 08, and this might interest some people. I will quote it here. I got it from actual MajorNelson.com. We all know Major Nelson. But yeah, this was off his site. A GamerNet producer pack has been released, priced 200 Microsoft points, and it's for Tiger Woods PGA Tour 08. And I will quote it, and it reads as follows: GamerNet experience to the next level, with the ability to post 2 times the number of challenges. Your account will be updated to allow posting of 6 GamerNet challenges, giving you more flexibility to share your most amazing shots and performances. They are doing, again, similar I think to something what Halo did, where you could buy extra space for your recorded shots and movies as such. And basically I think 200 points is quite a nice price for a change.
Yeah, compared to the Halo one. The Halo one's kind of expensive in my opinion.
It was 750 points, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that was per year. That was a subscription-based thing rather than a one-time deal. You had to pay that every year.
I've got a funny feeling that there won't be many people having a second year of that either.
No, I think it's neat, but I'll find a way to manage with the space I get.
It's a lot of points that is for that. But anyway, back to the game again, just to basically round off, because I think we're taking time up here. But all in all, if you do have any of the previous Tiger Woods 07, I would actually say myself, Tiger Woods 08 is now definitely worth it. They've fixed the bug, the bug that would stop you getting your golfer to where it needs to be. Sadly, I say the online is a slight problem at the minute, but it can only get better, obviously. I mean, EA aren't going to sit by and watch one of the main points of online gaming go down the pan, I wouldn't wonder. And I think, yeah, all in all, Tiger Woods 08 is worth the purchase. It looks beautiful, graphic-wise. It plays very nice. There are some people, I don't know if you've heard this, Fly, that do say that the control system of Tiger Woods 08 is actually a little bit more difficult than 07. Me personally don't think it is.
You don't? I would agree. I thought that they did better, and they made a couple changes, especially with putting. In 07, yeah, you could get the putt line anytime you want. In the 08, you can only get it once.
Yeah, the putting little thing on the green, a lot of people said it makes it too easy. I don't think it does. I think it's a fantastic addition where people, if you don't know, once you hit the greens, you are given, you line your shot up as you think fit, you press your left shoulder button, and it then points to where the ball will run. Some of you may think, well, surely that's easy. But no, it's not, because it's very, very, very hard to line puts up exactly. And even if you do line it up exactly, which you obviously hope you do, you've still got to judge the distance and strength.
Yep.
I think it's a lot better than 07, because 07 has the woeful 1-inch disease, as I call it,
yeah.
Where, oh, how many times have you left to put 1 inch on the hole in Tiger Woods 07?
Yeah.
I think we all know where we're coming from there. The putting has been improved.
Yeah.
I love the hook and slice edition, the changes to that. I think that has made a massive improvement to the hook and slice, not the hook and slice, the fade and the other one. That is a great addition.
Yeah, I really liked how it shows you on that meter on the bottom, kind of how much you did, rather than just looking for the color, that color change in your swing and stuff. That is nice.
Yeah. I mean, finally, one final point that's a big addition to this 08 that's used to be in the old Tiger Woods, but is just been brought back. The tri-click system. I'd like to know what you think on this, Fly.
Yeah,
where
I tried it.
You are now allowed, I mean, the old timers out there, the old school, will remember Tiger Woods golf and probably many other golf games in the past always used to be what was called a tri-click system, where you've got a meter along the bottom, you press once to start, once for power, and once to get the shot straight. Well, Tiger Woods 08, believe it or not, has brought this dinosaur back. What I do like about that is you can choose to play it at any time you wish.
Yep. That's the best part.
Yeah, I like that. One click of the right to right stick changes from your normal swing mode to the tri-click mode. I must admit, I experimented at first because of the 1 inch putt disease I mentioned in 07. I was very wary, and what I used to do, I played it for the first few days where I played the normal swings to the green, and then I played the tri-click putting. I will say now, though, I've gone back to the old style of putting now. I know that it's more reliable. But what do you think of the tri-click? Do you like it?
I think it's hard.
Do you think it's hard? Did you used to play tri-click on older versions?
I did, and I thought it was easier on them somehow. Maybe the meter moves slower or something like that. But there's an achievement for playing an entire round with the three
A
click.
whole round. I've read that.
And I thought, well, that'll be something I can do. I'll try it out. And I didn't make it through the first hole before I switched back to the other one.
But it's there anyway. It's a nice addition.
It's nice to give you the option.
Yeah, for the old school out there. And as Fly's just mentioned, if you guys didn't know, there is an achievement for completing a whole round with just using the tri-click. So anyway, I'll finish my review there because time has moved on. All in all, like I said, guys, Tiger Woods 08, if you've been worried about the bug, does look to be fixed. I see the online mode being fixed in time. And yeah, it is worth that purchase, even if you do have any of the others. It's a great game, great addition to the Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I was going to tell you too. I think you asked me if I tried the camera thing to import your face. I did.
Oh,
I did do
yeah.
it the other night.
Sorry. I will add to that, Fly. I'm glad you brought that up. Sorry about that. Yeah, it is an important thing. As Fly's just mentioned, the big addition as well that is really big and worth a mention is the game face. They have finally gone down the road of Rainbow Six, where you can use the Microsoft Live camera to put your face onto the game. And the bigger addition, what I'm glad to see, because I'm hoping that a lot more will try this, is you can actually upload a digital picture to EA's servers, which then in turn download it to your 360, which I think is a great little addition. However, and there is a however, the live cam is woeful.
Yeah.
For a number of reasons. You set it up as normal, put your forward phase, put your side phase, put some points of interest on, your eye level, your nose level. You then click and it then puts the message up. Please wait while we'll render your face.
Mm-hmm.
Well, believe it or not, it took mine, I think, 45 minutes
Wow.
the first time I tried it.
You can actually see the Xbox slowing down and chugging along to process that.
It does, and while we're saying that, guys, as well, you can do nothing else but stare at a bar going across the bottom of the screen. And like I say, 45 minutes.
I will say they do warn you. They do warn you when you start it. It does say it's going to take some time.
Yeah, but you didn't. Did you think same as me? You didn't think 40-odd minutes?
No, I didn't think it was going to take that long.
Yeah.
Did you read some of the text that was on there? Did you happen to notice that?
I think I did. Yeah. What?
They had a whole bunch of. I mean, there's as this was processing and the bar was filling up, there was text that kind of tried to say what it was doing. But it took me a minute to realize it was fake. It's not even real, and they were using, it was stuff like charging the flux capacitor and, weird stuff like that. They were pretty funny, so at least I had something to look at while I was waiting, but I did have to wait a long time.
What I will finally add to that is, without sounding quite racist here, my picture popped up, and I looked actually more like Tiger Woods, and I'm white.
Yeah, mine
It
too.
was horrendous. You are put on the screen with no hair, bald, no eyebrows, bald, and I looked like a panda. I'd got two black recesses for eyes. It was, I've got to say, guys, a woeful attempt. However, I then tried the next version so I could compare, where I did take a digital photograph and put it online. That I can report works well. It worked fine for me. It wasn't as good as Rainbow Six, because I don't know if any of you guys have tried the Rainbow Six face. That is a fantastic version. My Rainbow Six lookalike is me.
Really?
It was, yes, it was spot on. Really, my daughter saw it and it freaked her out. My wife saw it and it's absolutely spot on. And again, I will say the Tiger Woods one, the one that you can download, and I'm glad to see the technology works, because I think it's a way that other games could start to use it in future. For the people out there that's not got a live cam, to actually be able to put your photo up there. And I will report as well, it was pretty quick. It was basically put a photo up online, it loaded it in a matter of 2 minutes or more, and then you went straight onto your Xbox. 5 minutes later, clicked it, it went searching, and there it was, popped up, and you used that, and in it came. And it worked well. It looks really, really good. So I can report that the website side of that works, but as for the game face live cam guys, all I can say is if you see a fix out there, don't use it until they do, because it's woeful.
Mine was I had the exact same experience as you. Mine came out as I was dark as charcoal, but only in a circle around my base. But I thought it did a real good job with kind of the, how do I want to say it, the structure.
Yeah.
All of that was fine. It was the color that was off, and that may be due to the lighting in my room there. I mean, that
They do mention, I think, if you actually read in setting this up, they do mention the lighting.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anyway, we best move on. We're nearly 20 minutes in, and we've got quite a bit to get through. So that is all mine for this week as reviews. I think we'll do you want to talk about a little bit of a few little tiny snippets of news?
Yeah, I was just going to quickly mention some stuff that I saw. Mostly PS3 stuff here. Both Resistance and Warhawk got patched. Resistance, I'm just happy to see that they're still making improvements, still putting out patches, even though that was a launch title from a long time ago. And in fact, they're not even just fixing old stuff; they're adding new stuff. One of the things they added today was the ability to take a screenshot, and similar to Halo 3, where you can take a screenshot. They added that to this. The trick is you have to plug in a USB keyboard and actually use the print screen button to take the screenshot.
Oh, right.
So I don't know how convenient that's going to be if you're playing a game, because there's no video feature like Halo 3 where you can go back, watch the video, pause it, take a picture, whatever you want. This is kind of on the fly. You have to push the button, which is a little weird.
I mean, that's what, again, I don't want to start bashing Sony as we seem to be doing a lot lately, but that's what seemed to grabs me with Sony and things like this, where basically they try and do stuff to compete with the other people out there, but they do it in a funny, long-winded kind of way.
Right.
Like the online kind of mode where you can't join games like you can on Xbox Live, and like this, you want to do a picture and you've got to absolutely move hell and high water just to take a screenshot. Yep. It just seems, a stupid way of going about it.
Right. It is funny. I do think that this was a response to what the hype that Halo's generated with theirs.
It's a pretty poor attempt.
It is. At the same time, I try and cut them a little slack because they were adding it to a game that was previously released. It wasn't something that was designed to be there. So I'm hoping,
that's a good point.
Really I hope across all boards, if what Halo has done is kind of raise the bar as far as what people should expect, from games.
Should be a good thing.
Exactly. I hope to see more and more of what Halo had.
Well, I think we're all saying now that when your games such as Call of Duty 4 and all them come out, we want to see this movie feature and this.
Yeah.
I think it will have given the industry a big shot in the arm.
Yeah.
I think the big companies will be sat back thinking, "Wow, they've done it. We can't send our games out now without this because everybody will want it." And I think that's what you're going to see.
The sad thing is, I'm not sure they'll be able to pull it off. I mean, Halo was the first one with the it's on the tip of my tongue, the ranking stuff, and nobody else was able to copy it enough to make it right.
Yeah, but they do take a long time to do their stuff, though, don't they? So
they put some time into that. So
hopefully, as technology is moving on, they will be able to copy it because it's a great feature.
What else? Resistant patch, something they're doing to a lot of the games, especially the bigger ones. They're adding the DualShock 3, the Rumble support for when that shows up. It's still we're months away.
Oh no, they're not out yet, are they? The release dates are horrendous.
Yeah, they're saying first quarter next year, I believe, was the last I heard.
God, was it worth bringing them out?
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I guess I can see why they announced it when they did. I think they did it at TGS, but so they wanted some hype. They wanted people to realize that a feature we've all been complaining about not having is coming back. I'm surprised it took this long, though. I mean, that lawsuit was settled a while ago. Why did it take this long to put it back in there? But I'm just happy it's happening, I guess. What else we got here? Warhawk patch. That's something that's kind of been bugging me with Warhawk. I don't know if I told you that before, but it's not easy to play online and get into a ranked server and actually rank up. You had to have servers that were hosted by Sony, and it just didn't work well. The whole system didn't work well, so it was really hard to play. Hopefully this patch, which there's a whole big list of stuff here that they updated, hopefully this patch takes care of it, but I haven't. It just came out today, so I'm hoping if I put the disc in here tonight, it'll be a little bit better. But
would just bringing a quick point to this intro, would you say that Resistance is probably the best game you've seen on the PS3?
It's hard to say. It's definitely one of the top ones. especially for a launch title. I thought it was really good. I thought Resistance was really good. I think MotorStorm is still one of the most fun games you can play on the PS3. But I did just recently pick up Ratchet and Clank, and I got to say that it looks amazing. It looks amazing.
We'll save that for next week. I think that could be next week's big review.
Definitely coming up on that one. But I'm loving it. So, let's see. That was about it. Unless you want to talk about Manhunt.
Well, I think it's turning. It's come out. It's out. Is it?
It came out 2 days ago on Halloween, 31st.
What formats has it come out on?
The Wii, the PS2, and the PSP.
So it did get a release on the Wii in the US then?
Yeah, after they made those whatever adjustments they said they made, it got an M rating and came out.
And yet still it looks like it's not going to come over here.
Yeah,
so.
and I saw the footage. I've seen video of what they changed and what it looks like, and they took a lot out from what I can tell. And let me put it this way. I actually had the game pre-ordered. I was going to get it, partially because I wanted to play, partially because of the hype. I wanted to see it for myself. Now that I've seen the changes, I've seen some of the reviews, I canceled my pre-order. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that they dumbed it down so badly now that when there's a kill, it's literally fogged all over the screen. And
it's all blurred out,
Yeah, I mean, that is ripping it to pieces. It's ridiculous. As we've mentioned it before, so we'll move on. I think we'll just do your GH3 as well, Fly, as we're already off now, mate.
Yeah, we'll quickly talk about GH3. We can save Ace Combat for next week if you'd like.
As I say, we wanted to try and keep the show short for people out there, but I'm sure we'll talk about GH3. So yeah, here's Fly with his review of the very lucky GH3 this week.
I have to say, I did not get Guitar Hero 2, partially because I wanted to make my own little stand against the not having a wireless guitar. I was against it. I didn't get it. I also wasn't sure that I would like it.
Have you played any
Guitar
Hero
never.
games?
Not my whole life.
Right, so you are a complete newbie for the GH series.
Absolutely.
Then. This should be interesting. This should then. So yeah.
And I picked it up. Now we went out of town this weekend. And I picked it up the day I got back, about 9 o'clock at night. And between that day and 24 hours later, I had finished the game on easy, and I have not stopped playing it yet. I'm completely addicted. I cannot. I think about it when I'm not playing it. I think about playing it. I dreamt about it last night.
Oh, mate, that is we've always said that is the moment know that something has got hold of it.
I can't get enough Guitar Hero that I actually went to the store today and bought a used copy of Guitar Hero 2 so that I could play more songs.
You'll enjoy that. You know what the next thing you buy? You'll be getting a second guitar.
Well, it's taken everything I have not to go buy another guitar because I'm holding out for Rock Band. And when Rock Band comes, I figure I'll have two guitars. And I'll be good to go. But now there's questions as to whether Rock Band guitar will work with Guitar Hero 3.
Yes, that has been broken today. I think we're going to be talking about it on our show. Again, I think we've mentioned earlier today that Rock Band, in my opinion, is going downhill fast. The one they're selling the whole package. You can't buy individual items until February. They only back down at the last minute to say you could buy the game on its own. But even now, it's looking like that is no good to anybody because Harmonix have come out in the past few weeks and said, we're now not sure that it's going to work with GH3. Right. And what I've heard as well, and I didn't know this until I followed this story up, that it does look like they're not going to work because they've got completely different connections. Apparently the Rock Band stuff all go into a central hub
USB.
And plug into the hub, Now, whether it is going to be compatible with Guitar Hero 3 is a contentious issue and a big one in my opinion, and I think Rock Band are going to really suffer. But anyway, let's carry on with the GH3. How did you like it overall?
I loved
it.
Really good. I loved every second of it. And again, I'm a newbie. I can only do it on easy, but I finished easy, like I said, and it was barely 24 hours. If there was a complaint I have, and this is completely opposite of the complaint I had last week about CSI, where the achievements were way too easy, the achievements in this are impossible. I I finished the whole game on easy, and I don't expect to get most. I don't even expect to get a third of them, but I got exactly 20 points. 20 points for finishing that, and some of them were for doing poorly.
Oh, I think there was a big joke in Guitar Hero 2. I don't know if you've got it yet. There's a couple I will tell you about. Hopefully, spoilers if anybody's listening, obviously, if you don't want to know. That GH2 have got the famous fail on easy. If you fail a song on easy, you get an achievement for it. But I can tell you now from my honest addiction to the game myself, GH series has been renowned for being a very difficult achievement game. There are things such as 1,000 note
streak,
a streak, 1,000 note streak. There's even 300,000 points achievement, 400,000 point achievement, 500,000 point achievement, and you've even then got the co-op modes where you've got 1,000 chain, and it's just, there's a lot of people saying, and I think you'll probably appreciate this more, and this is the only downside for me for Guitar Hero 3 that I am really disappointed with. And I'm getting stories from over the pond where you are, where people are saying already that hard on Guitar Hero 3 is basically as hard as Expert was on Guitar Hero 2. Now, I can say from a personal point of view already that I am 3/4 of the way through hard on GH2. But I can also sit here and say I honestly do not think I will ever finish hard. And I class myself as a half-decent player at it. Now, if there are people that are already saying on GH3 that, it's going to be hard as Expert was on GH2, I think they're just making it too damn bloody difficult. And unnecessarily so. We've talked about this, and I'm a believer, I don't know if you agree with me here, that make hard...
Exactly.
Hard but doable. Providing you've got an expert level, okay, that's for the real crazy people who are absolutely fantastic at the game. Have that level for them, but don't take it away from the rest of the average people out there that want to keep playing the game. You're taking literally half a game away.
Yep, I agree 100%. Because right now I can only do it on easy. I can see myself getting good enough to maybe move up to the next level, but I don't think I can do hard, and I can tell you right now I would have better luck learning to play a real guitar than playing it on expert, because that is insane.
I will say something now, Fly. You're at exactly how I was about 8 months ago. I was exactly the same. Started on easy, moved to medium, and you've probably got the feeling that I got. I moved to medium, and the immediate thoughts in my head was, my God, I am never going to finish this. That was just on medium. Well, I will tell you that you do, and by the end of medium, you will be ready.
I hope so, because that gives me hope.
This is where, though, this issue we've just been talking about comes into play. The progression for the beginner to go from easy to medium to the beginning of hard is perfect.
Yeah.
But the step from the beginning of hard to the next stage of hard is such a giant leap. It's, like I say, ruins Guitar Hero 2 for me. But me and Kid were saying today that yes, it's ridiculous, yes, it's hard, but even so, the game is such a good game, you still get enjoyment out. Keep playing medium songs.
Oh yeah, I've done nothing but play easy, and I haven't even really tried to get points. I just want to play the songs and play the game. It's amazing.
You will step up to medium quite easily. I know that it will feel daunting, and it will feel thing. I mean, the good thing about it, I suppose, yes, if they've made it hard, as long as they keep bringing the so promised downloadable content out and have it at a reasonable price, then I've not a problem with it being hard, because I will buy extra songs and I will enjoy the new songs on medium.
Yep.
And maybe hard, but I don't like the way they're trying to take it away from you, because, like I say, they're taking the half of the game away. Did you manage to try the battle mode at all?
I did once. You mean against a real person?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're in the game, and I don't know, I didn't play Guitar Hero 2, so I'm not sure if it's the same as that. I did play them in a game against the computer, and I found most of them to be doable. One of them was extremely hard, and it wasn't even the last one. It happened to be the first one that I had the most trouble with.
I think actually, Fly, the section you're talking about, mate, is actually not. It's brand new for Guitar Hero.
Is it?
The battle mode as such, where you're battling against each other opponents, where you've got bosses and stuff, that is completely new. That is what you've seen is brand new. So you might want to talk a bit about it. Yep.
Well, then I'll tell you about it. It basically what I started with the game, and you play your sets or whatever, and there was 4 or 5 songs. And when you got through the required number of songs, which I believe was 4, when you completed them, then you got challenged to a battle by somebody. And one of them was
Slash, the boss battles, yep.
Yeah, one of them was Slash. Couple other ones. And then you had to play against them, and you earned, instead of star power, like you got playing the normal song, you get these power-ups by hitting the right notes. And those power-ups do things like break his whammy bar or cut a string or do the lefty flip. And you do that to him, and the goal is to beat him by forcing these power-ups on him, and then he can't play, and then he loses and gets booed off the stage.
Would you say it's a good addition, then?
I didn't care for it. I was perfectly happy playing the songs, and would have been happy if they just said, hey, listen, you have to get 3 stars or better to move on to the next one. Instead, you had to beat that guy. I was able to do it, and there was only, I want to say 3, maybe 4 of them total that I've played so far. Again, I've only played the easy. So it wasn't terrible. It didn't ruin the experience for me, but at the end, I just didn't care about it.
The big question then, the final question I think we can move on to is basically online. Have you tried online?
I tried it once, and mostly because I don't like small games like that where it's just 2 people.
And is the online mode only just basically battle mode? Can't you? Is there any other features?
There is a couple, and like I said, I haven't played much, so I'm not sure I'm one of them. But there was battle mode where you battle somebody, and that's the one I did do. There's the co-op, of course, and there's another one, and I already forgot the name of it, but I believe that one you just play together and try and get the score or whatever, which might be the co-op one I'm thinking of. I'll have to check again to find out for sure. But there is the online. I played the battle mode. I actually won, so I was pretty proud of myself there. But it is fun. It is fun to play online against other people.
Right, that's great then. Well, I think overall then you would say it's the big hit that everybody's been talking about.
Yeah, I mean, obviously people who have played the other ones know what to expect. I would say if you're, in any way doubtful that you'll like it, or because that's the way I was. I wasn't sure I'd like it. I wasn't sure I'd be able to do it, and I get frustrated and quit. I'm totally not. Even though I suck, and it was hard, especially at the beginning, it just made me want to play more. It made me want to do better. And within 24 hours, I'd beat the game on easy, and that was not because it was easy to do. That was because I played 4, 5, 6 hours straight because I could just not put it down. So I would definitely say for people on the fence, pick it up because it is worth it. Yeah.
I think you've joined the sad lot of the Guitar Hero franchise, and I think we can all agree it's a great game.
Yeah, one of the things I was going to tell you is that today, I guess there was some leaks as far as what some of the upcoming downloadable content is.
Oh, you can add them if you wish. I'll be interested in that as well.
Well, they put out, and I don't know where these guys get this. Somehow they dig into the code and figure it out. I think it came from the leaderboards, actually. But it's Foo Fighters, 3 songs from the Foo Fighters, 3 songs from Velvet Revolver. And the last one here is one that kind of bugs me and is right up there with the pricing on the downloadable content, is you play those boss battles, and each one of them have their own song, and everybody's probably heard that the very last song for the very last boss is The Devil Went Down to Georgia. And it's a great song, and it's a lot of fun to play against a boss battle. What happens, though, is when you beat the bosses, you don't get that song. It's not on your song list to just play and practice and do whatever with. And those 3 songs for those 3 boss battles were on this list of upcoming downloadable content, and which means they're on the disc. They're already there. I already bought them, and possibly there's no pricing or anything confirmed yet, or whether or not these will be free and they'll charge for the other ones. But I'll be kind of upset if they charge me to get these songs that were already on the game, that I already played, that I already beat these bosses for.
And have you seen any pricing yet for this downloadable content that's supposed to be coming?
Nothing I've seen yet, but I'll have to say when the downloadable pricing for Guitar Hero 2 came out, since I didn't have the game, it was real easy for me to sit back and say, hey, vote with your wallet. Everybody's complaining about it. All you got to do is stop buying it, and something will happen. And, of course, the news came out that they sold a ton. Looking back, especially now that I just went Guitar Hero used, I can totally see myself in an hour buying downloadable songs.
Been there, done that, and I would, how badly I feel about the downloadable content. It is such, you'll find that, in fact, if you go on now, if you play Guitar Hero 2 now and go on it, you will be on there to download that downloadable content. There's about 6 packs already, and I'm telling you now, you will do it. You might not agree with the price, but you will do it.
Yep. I'll complain the whole time, but I will do it. And
yeah, and there's more to come. I just hope that they do. Hopefully, they have put, if people do not know out there, because it broke pretty secretly, because I didn't know about it, and I only found out by scanning it by accident.
The single songs.
That they have, yes, they've finally put 3 single songs on. Okay, it's not big bands, I think it's independent bands, and the 3 songs you've probably never heard of. But I actually had 200 points lying about, and that was the price, 200 points for one song.
Yep.
I'm willing to say, yeah, I will buy that. If they put up a good song, 200 points, then yeah.
Oh, it's a lot easier to buy 3 songs that you want at 200 points than to buy 3 songs that you're kind of wishy-washy on for 600.
I mean, the contentious thing about that, as we all agreed with Guitar Hero 2, which was it was a big letdown from Activision, and we all hoping that they don't screw everybody over again. That they'd got a very nice trick of putting a classic track sandwiched between 2 crap tracks, and that's what they did. But hopefully the scene of single songs coming online and the new GH3, fingers crossed that it's all done well. So there, I think that's about time to wrap it up, guys, as we are running well into 40-minute mode. So we've got one announcement again to make at the end of the show as regards the naming of the show. We've finally picked a winner. Thank you for everybody who entered on the website post, and me and Fly, funnily enough, picked the same one out the entire list at the same time.
Without discussing it.
It isn't. Yes, without discussing it. I've asked him tonight when we came on, what did you think of the winner? He mentioned it, and I've mentioned it, and it was the same one. It's not a fix from having the guy on the show at the weekend, because we both picked it, not knowing who the name was. And the winner of the name, do you want to give the name of the show? The winner,
you go ahead. You go ahead.
Right, the winning name we've picked for the name of this show is Cranky Ranking. We both liked it. It's a great name for the show. And the winner is, I hope I pronounce this right, is Xantiriad, or Zan as he's known for short on the forums and on our show as he came on. So Zan, you have now the great honour of naming our new ranking show, and it's, as we say, Cranky Ranking. A big grats to Zan there. Nice name, and that is now going to be the new name.
Great job.
Just a few shout-outs from me then. As we say, shout-out to Kid. We can't go without mentioning Kid, obviously. Hope he's feeling better. Been feeling a bit rough over the past 2 days for personal stuff, so keep your chin up, Kid. Everything will work out, I'm sure, and I will no doubt see you on our show. Have you got any shout-outs, Fly?
I just want to say thanks to everybody on the forums who's given us feedback, good or bad. We appreciate it. I like hearing what you guys think about it, and it's nice to see people are listening, so thank you.
Yeah, again, a big thanks from me. The shows are taking off big time. We're moving pretty high up the iTunes charts. I think we've received news today that we've reached the high heights of number 5 in the UK iTunes charts. That's a massive thank you from all of us. And just get as many people as you can to listen to a show. We really appreciate it. We hope you guys love the show. We're going to stick with it. Does Fly, do you want to mention a quick mention of anything that you may be covering next week?
Well, like I said, I got Ace Combat 6. I've done a lot, played a lot of that, so I'll probably be done by next week. So we might do Ace Combat 6, and I'm also working on Ratchet and Clank, which I really enjoyed. The last one, I don't know how long it's going to take, but I picked up the Eye of Judgment for the PS3. That's the game with the camera and the cards and the whole bit. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to make it work. and I don't know if it's user error or if there's something wrong with it. So before I say anything or talk bad about it, I want to make sure that I really did do it the way that you were supposed to. But those three, one of those three, we'll have those coming up in the next week or two.
Okay, and guys, we just want to add as well, I've not yet put a review post on the forum, and I will do that this week. I've been so busy. We're going to stick a review post up, and if any of you guys do want us to check some stuff out for review, anything you'd like us to see, be it hardware, software, games, anything, basically get yourselves over to the website www.crankygamersuk.com, click the links for the forums, sign up, it's free, and as I say, get into the forums for the weekend show and the ranking show. And that's about it, I think. Big thank you to Fly. Thanks for coming, mate. I've enjoyed it, and
Same here.
Hope you come again. Yeah, and it's a bye from me.
Yeah, me too. Take it easy, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye all.